Ever pondered how the tech boom and the dot-com bubble impacted our world? Today we delve deeper into this captivating chronicle of technological progress, financial speculation, and the ensuing turbulence. Join us as Cultural Contours takes you on a journey through one of the most innovative and destructive periods of modern history. As twilight descended on the 80s and daylight broke over the 90s, a remarkable phenomenon was brewing. The world found itself precariously poised on the brink of an unprecedented metamorphosis destined to redefine human existence, activity, and leisure. A group of progressive thinkers, mavericks, and visionaries were quietly building an era that would later be christened the dawn of the digital age. Key figures in this technological revolution were companies like Microsoft, a fledgling tech startup brought to life by the dynamic duo of Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Their audacious ambition was not just to make computers a household staple, akin to televisions or refrigerators, but to transform every desk into an innovation laboratory and every home into a hub of digital exploration. They envisioned a world where a personal computer would be as ubiquitous as the morning newspaper. Joining them on this digital crusade was Apple. Guided by the indomitable spirit of Steve Jobs, Apple aimed to embed technology so deeply into our lives that it would become almost an invisible part of our existence. Jobs envisioned a world where technology was so user-friendly and seamless that it would flawlessly blend into our daily routines, thus obliterating the barriers between man and machine. IBM, however, was a colossus in the corporate realm, whose role in shaping the computer hardware and software industry was monumental. A veteran in the technology field, IBM had laid a solid foundation for the burgeoning information technology industry. So, what sparked this surge in growth and interest in the world of technology? What was the catalyst that propelled this tech revolution into high gear? The answer is a fusion of groundbreaking technological advancements and an insatiable drive for evolution. The inception of the internet was a critical turning point. It unfolded a universe of possibilities, promising to bridge geographical divides, disseminate knowledge, and create a global community unlike any before. The birth of the microprocessor was another pivotal moment. This tiny yet powerful chip, no larger than a postage stamp, revolutionized computing by increasing processing capabilities while simultaneously reducing size and cost. This innovation paved the way for the rise of personal computers, democratizing technology and making it accessible to the masses. Simultaneously, the late 80s and early 90s were characterized by an atmosphere of financial optimism. Investors, entranced by the potential of this digital utopia, poured billions into these emerging tech companies. This injection of capital ignited a period of explosive growth and rampant speculation, marking the birth of the dot-com bubble, a period of ferocious and unsustainable surge in the valuation of tech companies. The complexities of this euphoria and the ensuing crash are mesmerizing stories in themselves. But the core of it all was this. The stage was set. A revolution was imminent, a revolution of technology entwined with business. This revolution, fueled by the dreamers and the doers, ushered in a new era. Thus, the groundwork was laid for a colossal upheaval in technology and commerce, a revolution that would forever alter the face of our... As the internet became more widespread, a new phenomenon took shape, the dot-com bubble. This was a period from the mid to late 90s when the World Wide Web metamorphosed from being a novel curiosity into a crucial artery of business, communication, and lifestyle. The vast brooding web was solely the domain of digital spiders, but had transformed into a vibrant ecosystem, an emerging class of ventures, the startups. These internet startups were not just sporadic occurrences. They proliferated daily in each nook and cranny of the digital world. They sprang up like mushrooms after a spring rain, their emergence unpredictable, their growth rampant. This phenomenon was not spontaneous, but rather it was stoked by investors who, seduced by the infinite potential of the internet, were keen to pump capital into these greenhorn companies. The chosen arena was the stock market, and internet companies with their trailblazing ideas and high-tech allure were the trendsetters. The stakes were high, and the ultimate bounty was none other than the World Wide Web. Now let's scrutinize this enticing bounty. This was no ordinary pie, made with traditional ingredients like solid business strategies or proven revenue models. This was a novel pie baked with a radical recipe: speculation. The foundation was laid by investor optimism. The sweet, luring filling was the hype surrounding avant-garde internet technology, and the glossy topping was the ceaseless rivalry among startups. Amid the highly charged atmosphere of the dot-com oven, investors abandoned their routine prudence. They gamely wagered on companies that prioritized pioneering concepts over immediate. The underlying logic was straightforward, yet powerful. Scale quickly. The race was on, not for immediate financial profit, but for capturing a larger market share. Companies were indulging in extravagant marketing efforts to attract users, buoyed by the belief that profits would naturally follow this surge in popularity. As the oven continued to get hotter, warnings began to surface. The pie started showing signs of being overcooked, symbolizing potential trouble in this digital Nasdaq Composite Index. The industry benchmark for assessing the health of technology stocks was in an unprecedented upswing. It was like witnessing a grand fireworks show, where each radiant burst represented a dot-com company. These companies shot up into the darkness, displays of hope and potential, only to fizzle out and vanish in the blink of an eye. However, as with any bubble, the dot-com bubble wasn't destined to last. The utopian expectations of the investors, the fierce competition among startups, the lack of sustainable long-term business models, all were key components of a recipe destined to fail. The bubble was precariously hovering on the brink of its demise, and when it finally burst, it left behind a desolate landscape of broken dreams and bankrupt investors. In the early 2000s, the internet industry experienced a catastrophic event known as the dot-com bubble burst. This event, which led to a significant economic downturn, was the result of a multitude of factors. The dot-com bubble, a product of investor frenzy and the promise of a digital revolution, was inflated by astronomical expectations and speculative investments. Investors, entranced by the allure of internet-based companies, poured their wealth into these ventures without giving much thought to traditional business metrics. These internet startups, known as dot-coms, soared to staggering heights. Their valuation was often based on potential rather than actual profits. The burst of the bubble was primarily due to the saturation of the market, with companies that lacked a clear business model or even a product to sell. Many of these companies were spending more than they were earning, surviving solely on the capital influx from enthusiastic investors. The role of the financial sector was also crucial. Lured by the early success of these internet startups, Wall Street ignored the unsustainable business models, choosing to focus on short-term gains instead. When the bubble burst, the impact was devastating. There was a significant sell-off in the stock market, and internet companies saw their stock prices plummet, with over half their value disappearing in a matter of days. Investors found themselves teetering on the brink of financial disaster. Numerous internet companies collapsed, their dreams of riches crushed. The economy spiraled into a recession, with the tech industry bearing the brunt of the damage. The aftermath was felt worldwide. Pension funds, mutual funds, and individual portfolios all suffered losses. The bubble burst erased an estimated $5 trillion of wealth almost instantaneously. This wasn't an economic event, it was a societal upheaval. People lost jobs, investors lost fortunes, and the credibility of internet-based businesses was severely damaged. The few dot-com companies that managed to survive, such as Amazon and Google, were the exception rather than the rule. Their solid business models and clear vision for the future helped them weather the storm. The burst of the dot-com bubble led to a change in how the internet could be monetized and resulted in more sustainable, customer-focused business models. Stricter regulations were implemented to prevent such a catastrophic event from happening again. The dot-com bubble, a hard lesson in the dangers of speculation and overhyped investments. It was also a stark reminder that even in the digital age, the laws of economics still apply, and the stock market and the economy are not immune to such upheavals. The aftermath of the dot-com bubble was an earth-shifting event, leaving a profound and lasting impact on the tech industry and the world economy. The digital domain was dramatically reshaped. much like the tectonic plates of the tech industry moving, birthing a changed landscape. As the digital dust began to settle, the world began to feel the tremors of this seismic occurrence. The echoes of this powerful event stretched far and wide, shaking the very bedrock of the tech industry. An array of tech companies previously hailed as the pioneers of a new digital frontier found themselves stranded in a corporate wasteland. Their lofty dreams and grand visions were brought down to earth with a thud as the internet balloon burst. This reality check was a stark reminder that revolutionary technology and innovative ideas alone are not guarantees of success. Emerging like a phoenix from the ashes, the tech industry embarked on a grueling journey towards reconstruction. It was a Herculean task, demanding resilience, patience, and strategic foresight. Companies that weathered this catastrophic storm became acutely aware of the importance of maintaining a stable and sustainable growth trajectory, as opposed to a rapid, volatile one. The focus shifted from simply amassing a user base to generating steady revenues, from being the biggest to being the most profitable. Transformation was a direct response to the harsh lessons learned from the dot-com bubble. It marked a significant shift in paradigms, altering how companies operated and envisioned their future. Simultaneously, world economies were licking their wounds too. The burst had sent ripples beyond the boundaries of Silicon Valley, affecting stock markets around the globe. The fallout from the dot-com bubble was so monumental that it forced countries to reassess their policies towards internet-based businesses and their regulation. However, every cloud has a silver lining, and the dot-com bubble was not an exception. This period of intense volatility brought forth a wealth lessons which have since shaped the nature of future tech investments. Investors, once easily swayed by the lure of the digital world, more judicious. They began scrutinizing business models and generation strategies more closely before opening their coffers. Reckless investments in anything with a dot-com in its name was emphatically over. Startups, too, learned critical lessons. They understood that survival in the tech field required a stable and well-calculated approach. They realized the importance of a robust business model, the value of a profitable customer, and the significance of maintaining a positive cash flow. They also grasped that while technology could give them a competitive edge, it was strong business fundamentals that would ensure their longevity in the long haul. The dot-com bubble served as a much-needed reality check, a wake-up call for the tech industry. It drove home the point that while technology holds the potential to revolutionize the world, it isn't immune to the fundamental laws of business economics. It underscored the fact that behind every successful tech company is a successful business model. It was a lesson that even the most promising and groundbreaking technologies need to be rooted in sound business principles. The dot-com bubble was a pivotal moment in history that taught us invaluable lessons about the potential and pitfalls of new technologies. And as the echoes of these lessons continue to reverberate throughout the tech industry, they serve as a guiding beacon, shaping its progress and guiding its future. Although the dot-com bubble in the late 1990s led to widespread devastation in the tech industry, it set the stage for an unprecedented resurgence. The tech industry not only survived, but emerged stronger, more resilient, and more innovative. This period marked a significant technological revolution, bringing forth a wave of new digital innovations that fundamentally transformed our world. This revival was spearheaded by firms that had the foresight to glean valuable lessons from the dot-com bust. These companies embraced the understanding that a sustainable presence in the digital space required more than just a compelling idea or a flashy website. It necessitated the delivery of tangible value to customers and the establishment of a sustainable business model. The torchbearers of this resurgence were tech giants like Google, Facebook, and Amazon. These companies led the charge, turning the tech industry from a risky, speculative venture into a nexus of groundbreaking innovation and progress. Google's transformative search engine brought the internet to the fingertips of everyday people, making searches more accessible and practical. Facebook, with its revolutionary social networking platform, connected the world in unprecedented ways, making it smaller and more personal. Amazon's online marketplace changed the face of retail, ushering in a new era of digital shopping experiences. These tech behemoths not only survived the dot-com crash, but they also learned from it, adapted to the changing landscapes and emerged stronger than ever. They became the cornerstones of the new digital age, setting benchmarks for technological advancements and business strategies. However, the second wave of the tech boom was not just about these large corporations. It was also about the democratization of technology. It brought about an environment where anyone armed with a solid idea and a hint of determination could make a transformative impact. It fostered inclusivity and resilience, empowering individuals and startups to contribute to the innovation narrative. The dot-com bubble, despite its initial devastation, paved the way for a stronger, more innovative tech industry. It fueled a technological revolution that reshaped industries, altered societal norms, and transformed the way we live, work, and communicate. The phoenix-like rise of the tech industry after the dot-com crash marked the dawn of a new era, a digital age that continues to evolve, inspire, and reshape our world today. As we delve deeper into the history of the tech boom and dot-com bubble, we can profoundly comprehend their impact on our world. The digital age, characterized by a torrential surge of innovation, gave birth to the dot-com bubble, a period fueled by relentless optimism and a certain measure of naivety. The bubble's burst served as a powerful wake-up call, echoing the perils of unchecked growth. But simultaneously, it also laid the foundation for the present-day tech boom. This volatile period of our history was a learning ground that taught us invaluable lessons about sustainable growth. It spotlighted the pitfalls of overvaluation, demonstrating how easily a seemingly flourishing industry could collapse under its own weight when built on shaky grounds of overestimated values. These events were a stark reminder that while high valuations might seem attractive, they could also set the stage for a harsh backlash when the anticipated profits failed to materialize. Beyond the lessons about growth and valuation, the dot-com bubble highlighted the necessity of diversified portfolios. It showed us the dangers of investing too heavily in a single sector, teaching a generation of investors about the importance of spreading their bets across different industries and types of investments. As we advance in this digital era, it's crucial to remember that while technology can spur tremendous growth, human ambition is its primary catalyst. The tech boom and dot-com bubble weren't merely a flash in the pan, they symbolized the transformative power of technology and human ambition. These periods of boom and bust were not just times of economic disruption, but markers of a paradigm shift. They reshaped industries, influenced technology, and its role in our lives. We at Cultural Contours believe that as we navigate our way forward, it's important to reflect on these lessons from the past. They serve as reminders of our mistakes and guideposts for future growth. The impact of the tech boom and dot-com bubble is far-reaching and continues to reverberate in the economic landscapes today, shaping the strategies of businesses, investors, and policymakers.